Hi, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I don't know, some weird kind of glitch just happened. This is going to be your general reading for June 2020. Since it is general, the messages won't resonate with everybody. I have with me the Radiant White deck. We will clarify with La Vida Sibila. Depending on the messages of the cards, we will pull either an angel answer or a romance angel, but we will definitely wrap the reading up with the Golden Nostradamus card. Okay, so let me turn the camera around. I've got a new laptop stand coming that's going to actually help me get a better view on this. Okay, there we go. And let's get started with the reading. I've already done some shuffling and meditation on your sign. I have a brand new laptop, so there's a real learning curve here for me. So 9 cards down, here we go. Page of Wands. Here, try to put it over there. Okay, Page of Wands. Six of Pentacles. Oh, that's pretty good. The Hanged Man. Well, isn't that always the case? Page of Swords. So there's 2 pages here. A 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, well, okay. A 6 of Wands. So now I have 2 6s. So there's 2 pages and 2 6s here. The Death card. The Sun card. Oh, wow. This is kind of all over the place. And the 3 of Pentacles. My. So, certainly, there are 2 types of messages here. What is underneath the deck? The Reverse Justice card. Well, I do get the sense for some of you. Okay, well, let me get back to it. So this is most definitely a financial situation. And this may have to do with your actual work, right? That's what the wands, the work, it's usually associated with work. However, to me, as you well know, the wands simply represent your determination, your desire, and your focus to actually do something, to your motivation, okay? And I get the sense that some of you got this message that whatever it is that you've been doing has come to an end. And as we know, everything has a life cycle. And we start one thing and ultimately it will come to an end so that we can start something new. Now, occurring across this full moon, full moons usually are the end of something. Things are culminating. And then we've got that 2-week period until the next moon cycle, which will be the new moon, to start something new. However, this full moon that occurred Friday fell at 15 degrees Sagittarius, but it was also a lunar eclipse, which means that the new moon that's coming up on the 21st, between 21st, is going to be a solar eclipse, and we know that eclipses hide things. What this tells me is that some of you got some kind of news about some type of financial assistance that was coming to you, right? Maybe it was due to you, maybe it was part of the governmental program, particularly if this is you own your own business. Maybe this is about unemployment benefits, whatever the case may be. That news came in, but there's a holdup on it. And whatever the holdup is, it's also very, very confusing. So you are now in a space where you are suspended. You are kind of hanging out there, not exactly sure what it is you're supposed to do or be doing or what comes next. But then that's some of you. Others of you get the news coming in to say, hey, no, we're not going to do that, or you don't get as much as we originally agreed upon. Okay, we go from the 6 to the 5. And just that particular message, if it's a difference in amount, or the offer comes too late of assistance, it arrives too late for you, this kind of puts you in a place where you're like, I don't know now what I'm supposed to do. But you overcome that. And in overcoming that, it brings you to a place where that old way of doing or being, or whatever the case may be, literally dies a death. Okay? But whenever the death card appears, basically death is just the end of a cycle and is a start of a new cycle. It is the ultimate form of drastic change, and it comes like a pair of cosmic scissors. It cuts the situation and says that it is irreversible. You cannot go back to the way that it was before. But what's so beautiful about this is that the Sun card comes right after that. It's not the Tower card. It's not the Devil card. It's not the Four of Swords. It's not the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords. It's the Sun. And what the Sun, I think this is a timing, because oddly enough, the summer solstice, the very first day of summer, also moving into the sign of Cancer, happens between the 21st and the 22nd around this full moon. This is our timing. But not only is it our timing, this illuminates the way for us. It announces that we are now free to restart. There's a new rebirth. We can start over. There's a whole new cycle. There are fresh energies coming in. It speaks to positivity and growth and abundance, light. It is the most positive card in the deck. And in a sense, it negates out the darkness of the death card. Because what occurs to me is that there's going to be some kind of partnership coming up. Okay, there's going to be some kind of maybe negotiations. There's going to be some kind of building of a new foundation, or laying the plans for something that's much stronger. Now, because the Justice card has shown up reversed, I would dare say that this was a legal issue for you. And by legal issue, maybe it wasn't necessarily a court thing. Maybe it was that you had to jump through a bunch of hoops to get something done, and you couldn't get it done for whatever reason. It was confusing, and it was hard to get through, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. But as I always state, the Hangman is that kind of energy where sometimes you do have to simply wait it out and try to view whatever is happening from a different perspective. But at the same time, if this is a negative kind of a connotation for this Hangman, the Hangman says that you have placed yourself in that position, right? Nobody put the Hangman on that cross but himself. And so this could be that thing where you put yourself in this position because you really needed a timeout, even though you may not see it that way. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you put yourself in a position where you couldn't make a move, and instead of you trying to view it from a different perspective, you're looking at it where you're feeling sorry for yourself. Okay? When really it's about changing your mindset. And so we also see here the news. We go from a 5 of Pentacles to a 3, so we lose 2 Pentacles as well. Okay? So that means that usually the 2 Pentacles is about juggling, trying to do 2 things at one time, or having to work 2 jobs at one time, or having to, or that money's been really tight. And I know that for many people, money's been very, very tight. That kind of a thing. Those are situations beyond your control. But 2s also represent the idea of a crossroads. It represents a choice and a decision. And maybe there's been no clarity on, what decision you should make. What direction should you go in? But sometimes all you have to do is just get up and put one foot in front of the other. And that will ultimately lead to the end of this particular situation. What I'm going to do is take a look, because I have 1, 2, 3 major arcana cards, 1, 2, 3 pentacles, 2 wands, and a swords, right? And so this may be like a temporary defeat. You know what I mean? but it's not the end of the end. I'm going to start with the Six of Pentacles. Y'all remember how I used to use it on my phone and I told you I was going to put my book together? I did. I'm not even finished with it yet. It's humongous. Okay, let's take a look. I don't know why this thing is making such a noise, but it is, and it drives me crazy. Let's take a look at this Six of Pentacles. I'm going to look at all of the pentacles since I'm in that particular suit. Okay. And to see if it tells me anything being next to, 2 sixes can tell of justifiable faith and trust in your partner. And this, for some of you, might be a business partner. But 2 sixes can also speak to the idea of insecurity and self-confidence issues are affecting the relationship. And this could be any relationship. Okay. Typically, this Six of Pentacles will come up when there's an offer, an opportunity for you to consider, or an opportunity for promotion or advancement, or implies that assistance will come when it is most needed. It may manifest as a sudden win or windfall, or finances becoming available at the most appropriate time. It could suggest charity and support from a benevolent friend, and suggest an opportunity for material rewards. But there's a hold on it for some of you. Let's see here. It doesn't say anything about being next to or related to any of these major arcana cards. Let's see if it can tell us. Nothing about the Five of Pentacles. Let's take a look at the six. I'm sorry, I'm going to look at the 3. Next to the Sun brings a message that your innate talents will come to the fore and you will have success and personal fulfillment. You have a right to feel secure on your path and are asked to maintain faith in yourself and to stay positive. There it is. You're just kind of, I think this is basically the idea of not seeing whatever this thing is that you didn't get or didn't come soon enough. Sometimes it's the universe's way of kind of protecting us from crap, you know, because who knows, if that came in exactly the way you hoped it would, or you thought it would, or you were told that it would, you know, it may have had a lot more associations with it or a lot more things attached to it than you may have been comfortable with or been able to deal with, particularly since it looks like this has come around this eclipse, because as we know, eclipses always hide things. Does that mean that you shouldn't make decisions around eclipses? No, it doesn't mean that. But if you can hold off 3 days after, so let's say starting Monday or Tuesday, you can move through this. So you may be feeling sorry and poor at the moment, but I think something's going to come to you. You're going to figure it out. There may be another group of people coming to your aid, or another group that you can associate yourself with. You see all those people there? Now there's this odd theme of 3s. So 3s can speak to at least 3 people involved in a situation, but 3s also speak to sometimes suspended events, that there's more work that needs to be done before you can complete this particular thing. Let me take a look at the Six of Wands. There's nothing about the Six of Wands here. Okay. Now, I want to read to you the meaning of the reverse justice card, because I think this is our either our energy as it is now, or it is unfairness, intolerance, injustices, legal complications, bigotry, bias, and excessive severity. Appearing reversed, it is indicating that a karmic lesson has been experienced and you are to fully understand its meaning and lessons, as acceptance is the key. And to me, that's what this is saying. This is the acceptance of it. Underneath, there's that Six of Pentacles too. That's Six of Cups. It may be implying that someone around you has taken advantage of you. It may also imply false accusations and intolerance. You are unable to change things at this time, so your only option is to learn from the lesson and do not allow it to happen again. Handle the situation as best you can and then move on. It may be indicating an injustice or loss in your life. Move on regardless and trust that there is better to come. The cards are showing you that. This is, to me, is also the acceptance of it. It's irreversible. It can't be changed. It may be telling of someone feeling inadequate or insecure. It may be indicating that your behavior may have been excessive of late, and this may result in repercussions, perhaps in the form of a fine. It asks you to work within the law as being issued with fines and penalties is indicated. It may also imply legal complications and setbacks that are imminent. Therefore, avoid acting at this point if at all possible. Injustice and loss are hovering, so avoid confrontations at this time. Appearing reverse, it counsels against accepting injustice in exchange for a quiet and uncomplicated life, even if it means seeing someone being treated unfairly. It tells of a need to stop worrying and to direct your energies elsewhere. It may indicate that in a situation where there is a deadlock, a completely new approach is needed in order to work through the problem and make progress. It resembles imbalance, coldness, and a destructive streak that is impeding relationships. And this could be any kind of relationship. Okay? So what I want to do is take a look. Oh, I'm running over my cup. Is take a look. First of all, at this Five of Pentacles. Because to me, it's just saying that, you left feeling dejected, maybe not valued, very worried. You know what I'm saying? But to me, this Sun card is saying it's really going to be one of the best things that's happened in your life. You just got to figure out how to turn this into that. That Five of Pentacles into that Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is always a victory card. Okay? So first, let me take a look at this Five of Pentacles here. Disgrazia. There it is. The Viaggio. And the Ammalato. Yeah, well, that speaks volumes. What is this Death card trying to symbolize for us here? The Militare. The Il Nemico. And the Limineo. Well, this is a fight with somebody who's opposed to you in whatever manner that means over a contractual issue. Okay, and this says that has ended. I don't know if this has maybe been like a divorce or separation or something of that nature, but this says that ends. And on the back side of this, right, whatever this contractual issue is, you're not only going to see the light, but you're also going to receive something positive from it. Okay? Let's take a look at the Disgrazia. And it is the Piche number 7. 7, like the 7 of swords. Okay? Now, the card is called the Tragedy card. And it foretells of a period of great turbulence that is about to enter your life and heralds the arrival of a traumatic event, for which apparently you are blameless and which is caused by outside events and people. It implies that you have failed to learn from past mistakes, or that a mistake from the past has come to exact payment in the present. That's what this card just said, right? You will feel as if you are a hapless victim of circumstance and will feel completely powerless. This card indicates a drastic and radical change for the worse, because something will never return to the way it used to be. Now, sometimes it does indicate accidents, okay? If it comes up against cards of transport. So here it is. In personal relationship, it heralds a painful and sudden separation, the loss of a friend or family member, bereavement, and the traumatic and unexpected loss of a loved one. In financial matters, it heralds a sudden and unexpected dismissal, repossessions, foreclosure, embezzlement, bankruptcy, and problems with the taxman. The neutral meaning is that of representing the national authority that deals with taxes. So that's kind of what I was talking about. It represents destruction. It also indicates really grave mistakes that will be paid for dearly. Another neutral meaning is that of representing someone who, for a living, exercises a dangerous profession such as a fireman, a secret serviceman, a stuntman, and the like. It is not a common interpretation. Basically, the card can refer to the past, a more remote past, such as a past life. It will indicate someone who is who may have died a violent death. And I don't think that's what that's saying. Here is the Three of Wands. I think this was some kind of business deal that was supposed to come through, and it did not. It's the travel card and represents all sorts of movements, journeys, trips, relocations, and all conditions that are not set in stone. In business, it represents prosperous commerce, business travels, import and export activities, or a lucky innovation that can bring prosperity. It can also herald a change of social position or status. It signals great energy in all areas and indicates innovation. It indicates the arrival of something or someone that has been sent especially to help us. Well, he doesn't show up near a significator card, so that doesn't. Basically, it's a card of change and transformation. Okay? That's what it says. So, this situation of you walking away from something or having to leave because, someone has said, that no longer works for me. This card puts in the health and well-being. Okay? In a broader sense, it foretells a period in which you will be forced to interrupt your daily routine and perhaps visit places you would rather not go. It heralds a period of hardship and difficulty, resulting in subsequent dejection, demotivation, apathy, and depression. It represents a block, a pause in the smooth, flowing daily life. Okay, just as sickness is seen as interrupting health, this card is interpreted as an interruption, a stagnation, and a temporary block, which causes nuisances and inner unrest. Now, these two cards. Here is, and these are all spades. This is a king of swords. No, it's a jack of, or the page or the jack. So there's a second one of those. And here's the 10 of swords. This guy, oh God, that's making me crazy, the sound of my thing running. It can represent a young man no older than 35, or anyone who wears a uniform. It represents someone who's energetic with clear goals and determined to get what he wants. He can be loyal on the one hand, but a fierce adversary when provoked. The second person represented by this card is someone in a position of authority whose disposition is despotic, authoritarian, and only interested in self-advancement. Okay? It represents hostile environments. In love, it also represents someone who has trust issues, who is always afraid that their partner is cheating on them and consequently makes their partner's life difficult by spying on their every move. Often it will mean a partner who is unfaithful. It suggests selfishness and or abuse. In financial matters, it heralds struggle and legal troubles of some kind in which the state may become involved. Here's this guy. Whatever this thing is, it's coming to an end. This card represents the known enemy. It says that if there's already somebody that you do not like or you suspect that the person is plotting against you, then this card comes up to confirm your suspicions. It is a man, and this person has an open dislike for you. As someone whose ambition, desires, and egos will clash with yours. Be careful, because he can also be someone seemingly very nice, but somehow does not inspire trust and gives you a bad feeling every time you are in the person's company. It warns that you should trust your gut feelings about the person or situation and to keep them at arm's length. It says that the cards that follow will explain the kind of havoc this personal situation wishes. It's a contractual issue. Okay? Now, if this is a romantic, it can indicate a rival and someone who openly does not want you to be with another person. Okay? The person is a true snake. Financially, it indicates snares, tricks, the danger of signing documents we do not fully understand, and businessmen who should not be trusted. It can refer to known competitors and to embezzlement, as well as marking the person it refers to with a good dose of inexperience, usually indicating that they don't have a clue as to what they're doing, regardless of their opinion. Professionally, it's someone who will always work against you. His agenda is always personal, and he will nourish rancor against you. It indicates cunningness. It is the harbinger of unpleasant events such as scandal, gossip, pettiness, threats, blackmail, or something or someone will become dangerous. Like a snake, this card indicates someone with a forked tongue, a spreader of lies, maliciousness, and gossip. And here with the Limoneo, this is the Ace of Wands. This card is not found in the hearts like you would think. And the reason why that is because it indicates a formal union. Okay? It refers to love that is marked by a formal declaration or by a love that is thicker than water. Basically, its general interpretation indicates anything that has been agreed between two people and that involves a formal interaction. It represents a contract, an agreement, a pact or promise, and also a society, a group, association, and a foundation based upon common interests. Well, we know that this person doesn't have the same interest as you. In financial matters, it indicates money, material possessions, successful financial transactions, and the successful stipulation of contracts and or a business deal. It usually represents the beginning of a wedding or marriage, but mostly the beginning of something. And it indicates progress on all fronts and that a situation will finally yield results. Okay? So whomever this person is, if you've been fighting or battling, maybe you didn't know who that person was, why it is you weren't getting whatever it was you were supposed to get. Whoever it is that you suspect, you already know the person. That's going to be the person that has done this injustice to you. Okay? But it could work out to like you've already learned the lesson. So take that and move on because there's something better for you on the other side. Now, I'm going to pull a Romance Angel card quickly. And then I'm going to pull an Angel Answer card. And then I'm going to pull one Golden Nostradamus. So formulate your question for the Romance Angels in case this is a romantic issue. I don't know. That's interesting. Formulate one question for the angel answer, because this represents some kind of, maybe this is a trip that you went on, and you know you were supposed to meet somebody, y'all supposed to get together, and you got there and the person was nothing like you thought they were. Neptune happens all the time. Maybe the person promised you some kind of assistance or help or said they were going to help you, but then you got there and you realize, shit, they can't even help them damn selves, right? So, or that whatever help the person was offering, that's a price you're going to be, that's too expensive for you to pay, right? Okay. Angel answer. Success. Now, what is this person? What are they all about here? So we're going to formulate one question for the Golden Nostradamus. And Nostradamus is really good at, quote unquote, seeing around the corners to the heart of the situation, the crux of it all. The Castle. So the Honeymoon card. It indicates the need for a getaway to nurture romantic love. The specific application depends upon who is inquiring. For some, this card has a literal meaning. You may be going away with your new spouse following your wedding. For those already in a long-time partnership, this card speaks to reigniting the spark by taking a romantic holiday. It can also relate to a honeymoon period of a new relationship. And still for others, it indicates that you will meet someone special while on vacation. I don't know. Success. Maybe you broke up with one person and end up meeting somebody else that just knocks your socks off. I don't know. You know? Congratulations, you are on the road to success. You needn't have any reservations about your situation, as it's going to work out beautifully. Part of living a successful life is taking care of yourself. It is wonderful to have many things to be grateful for, but make sure you don't wear yourself down by working too hard. Take time to enjoy peace in your life. That's what I always say. Somebody did you wrong, the best revenge is living well. Even if you really ain't living well, you can pretend like you are, right? So, number 19, the castle. The headstrong bold pursue their hopeless dreams, while cowards never act but only scheme. The headstrong bold pursue their hopeless dreams. Be bold, passionate, and challenge yourself before challenging others. Be careful of becoming overconfident, and be sure you understand what your true aspirations are. That goes back to this guy. Y'all don't have the same aspirations and goals, and the person either has or will actively work against you, but they'll be doing it. They'll be coming from a place of knowing that's what they're doing. It's not that accidental shit. Okay, that would be the what's his name? The butler guy. Okay, that's somebody who can accidentally like work against you. This person is actively working against you or will actively work against you. So that's what I have for you, Libra. I hope that message helped. And until next time, namaste. Where's my thing at? I don't know where nothing is anymore.